Hello, it's Kerri from Brandscape Atelier, and I am coming to you to discuss the stewardship of brand, of bringing the brand identity to life through the visual identity component. Okay, I am the Small Business CBO, Chief Branding Officer, and I partner with small business entrepreneur and small business owners to steward the brand and the brand development so that it employs the business so that they can reach the business growth goals through their brand. Okay, so what happens when we do the brand strategy and the brand identity, the discovery, the development, the distillation, when we go through the process of getting all the clarity required for who you are, who they are, the target audience, and what I call the core four of the identity pillars. There's so much excitement to get all of that knowledge and all of that knowing into the marketing, into the brand experience. After the identity, we do the brand identity development expression. So the visual ID, the site development, we supervise and steward that implementation. Okay, so today I'd like to talk about a brand which you may know, called Warby Parker. Warby Parker is a wonderful, wonderful hip solution to great fashion prescription lenses that are sold online, and they cut out the middleman, and they have a wonderful, wonderful story. What you're looking at right here is the brand, the retail site for Warby Parker. And what I'd like to do is just go over the architecture briefly, but then I want to talk about the corporate identity, the brand identity for the company itself. Because once we have that identity clarity, we've built the messaging and the visual ID, we want to communicate everything all at once. And that is generally a mistake that small business startups in particular, or small business owner entrepreneurs who are in the rebrand, try to do. The truth of the matter is less is more. So the brand itself, you might notice here, is that the logo itself, while it is a hand custom font, custom typeface, it's gray and it's very neutral. It's sans serif. And in the land of fashion and apparel and luxury brands, you may actually stop and go do some research and see how neutral and how similar these retail brands really are. And the reason for that is less is more. It allows the product and what the brand personality is, what the brand stands for, to be layered and communicated through the products, through the color, through the seasons, where the corporate brand, the universal branding I would call it, is more neutral and can rise and hold it all. If you just Google Warby Parker, not their site, but the company itself, you'll see that they do have a corporate logo and a corporate color. Okay, it's a great company. You can look into them, but it is a retail brand. Okay, now what's amazing is they've positioned themselves to be able to grow in to being a luxury brand, a lifestyle brand across not just glasses. Okay, bring this up. It's very, very important, because if you notice in the Warby Parker name, the W itself lends itself to having a logo or a visual ID where the W actually has a soft circular bottom, and there is a huge call, a huge pull to almost want to put sunglasses there, right? You could be more clever. But the problem with doing that is you're taking a metaphor that creates and elicits an emotional response from the viewer, or in this case the target audience, the target consumer, and it limits you to eyeglasses. And then the company's reach is going to be limited as well. And so when we start out, we think that we are one thing, like we're all about eyeglasses, prescription eyeglasses, and maybe sunglasses, and then we might even do fashion lenses. But then as that company grows and expands, they're going to be looking for how to leverage the brand and get into other markets. So let's say Warby Parker wanted to move into doing hats or scarves or purses. or messenger notebooks or iPad or iPhone cases. They would be limited by the logo, and what it would require a rebrand. And so that is short-sighted, and it's very, very common in the small business market. So what I'd like to do is show you just the site here. Here's Warby Parker. It's in gray. The type here and the nav is very, very understated by design. The typeface is very classic, but they're letting these billboard rotating graphics tell the story. Okay, these are big positioning ads, like if you're opening the New York Times Sunday magazine, right? So this is the replacement, the online replacement to our offline collateral, our brochure. Okay, and then down below you can see they're featuring certain products. Okay, and on the right they're featuring sun because of the season. We're going into the summer season here. You know, they're using this as different feature area. And then same thing. And then down below you start to see the corporate look and feel show up. Okay, this style of drawing and sketching, it's very similar to what Hermes uses, which is a French luxury brand. Their colors are orange and gray. But notice this blue and this dark graphite gray. It's not black. You can see the color used here in Instagram in the icons for social. But this one blue color and this one gray color, and then this style of imagery, this style of photography, this style of product placement, whimsical, wonderful, mini and eucalyptus. Okay, if you like this, you can just click right through and you go right to shop the frames. Okay, so it's obviously an e-commerce site. Great, 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 beautiful, beautiful, clean, easy to shop, all of that. Okay, but what I would like to focus on is where the corporate branding is. Okay, so if you go into our story, you start to see this visual theme, this theme of hand-drawn, artisan kind of quality. And when you do the rollover, you start to see that brand color come to life. Extremely minimal, extremely simple, but the blue has a really great pop of blue. So if you go under our story and you look at the history of the company, you start to see very, very clean communication. You see where that blue comes to life. How do we do it? How do we make the products? Meet our founders. Again, they're telling a brand story. Notice the style of imagery. Notice they all have glasses on and lenses on, right? These guys all met at Wharton in business school. And they talk about who does their photography. Okay? So this company has a philosophical backbone for doing good and giving back. Okay, here's their blog. Okay? This is, again, where the look and feel starts to flush out through graphic imagery. But the main site, right? The main site is very neutral. It's not boring, but it's neutral by strategy and neutral by design. So that they have a lot of room, breadth and depth to expand as they grow, which they will. It's a fantastic, fantastic company. Now, they were interviewed by Inc. magazine, and they did a series of videos about the branding process. And they followed a very, very deep discovery, development, and distillation process, very similar to the Brandscape method. And yet, I bring that up because the site itself is very clean and very, very minimal, and it's not pounding you over the head with their brand. And they're not trying to say everything at once. They're really allowing it to unfold because they see this as a long-term brand and branding for the end game. And this brand will probably position in the future to being a lifestyle brand and having lifestyle products, not just eyewear. Okay, I hope this was helpful, and I think you should take some of these strategies to heart when you look at developing your own voice and simplifying the brand as you rebrand, and to remember that less is more. Have a great day.